What if the very air you breathe is poisoned with lies? What if the people who smile at you are secretly plotting your destruction? What if the ground beneath your feet isn't solid, but an elaborate illusion designed to make you question your own sanity? And what if that profound sensitivity that makes you feel everything so deeply, that trait they told you was a weakness, is actually a sacred weapon, a cosmic frequency that can shatter the entire false reality they've built around you? This is not a psychological battle. This is a spiritual war for the very soul of humanity. And standing on the front lines are the Heyoka Empaths, the divine mirrors, the sacred warriors of truth who have been chosen by the universe itself to combat the rising tide of darkness. Listen to me carefully. If you're hearing this, you are not here by accident. You've felt the cracks in reality, the subtle manipulations, the synchronized coincidences, the people who seem to materialize just to disrupt your peace. You've experienced the weight of invisible attacks, the violation of your energetic space, the systematic destruction of your reputation and relationships. You are not losing your mind. You are awakening to the war that has been raging in the shadows. And you, sacred soul, are one of the chosen warriors in this cosmic battle between light and darkness. Across all cultures, throughout all of human history, there have been those blessed and cursed with the gift of seeing through illusions. The Lakota traditions called them Heyoka, the sacred contrarians, the thunder dreamers, the divine fools who heal by disrupting the comfortable lies that keep humanity asleep.
When the world becomes too comfortable with its own sickness, the Great Spirit sends the lightning. The Heyoka is that lightning, striking without warning, illuminating what others refuse to see. They are not chosen for their comfort, but for their courage. Their path is one of sacred fire that burns away deception.
To understand the Heyoka's sacred mission, you must first recognize the nature of the enemy. The Dark Triad is not merely a psychological concept. It is a spiritual parasite, a consciousness that feeds on light and thrives in deception. These are not just troubled individuals. They are architects of artificial reality, master manipulators who build entire empires on the broken foundations of other people's sanity. The psychopath is a spiritual void, a black hole in human form that consumes everything it touches. They move through life, sensing vulnerability and striking without mercy. But understand this: their emptiness is not passive. It is an active, hungry force. They don't just lack empathy, they feed on the emotional energy of others. When you feel pain, they feel powerful. When you cry, they feel nourished. They are emotional vampires who have mastered the art of wearing human skin so perfectly that even their closest victims often don't realize they're being consumed until they're spiritually drained. Their greatest weapon is their perfect mimicry of human emotion. They can cry on command, express love they cannot feel, and show remorse for crimes they would commit again in a heartbeat. The narcissist is a walking paradox, a fragile god-king building monuments to themselves from the broken pieces of other people's souls. But their pathology runs deeper than mere selfishness. They exist in a state of perpetual spiritual emergency, where their false self must be constantly fed with admiration and attention, or it will collapse into the nothingness from which it was created. Their entire reality is a house of mirrors designed to reflect back only their manufactured greatness. When you encounter a true narcissist, you're not dealing with a person, you're dealing with a performance. Every word, every gesture, every emotion is carefully calculated to maintain their illusion of specialness. Their greatest terror isn't being hated. It's being seen as ordinary because ordinariness would mean their entire constructed identity was for nothing. The Machiavellian is the grand architect of human suffering, but their danger is often misunderstood. They're not just strategic. They're spiritual saboteurs who understand the hidden architecture of human psychology better than most psychologists. While the narcissist needs you to see their greatness, and the psychopath needs you to feel their power, the Machiavellian prefers to work in complete invisibility. They plant seeds of conflict years in advance, carefully nurturing divisions like a gardener tending poisonous plants. They don't just create chaos, they cultivate it. Their satisfaction comes from watching their carefully laid plans unfold while remaining completely undetected. They're the ghost in the machine of your life, the invisible hand that turns friends into enemies, love into suspicion, and truth into negotiable fiction.
These three forces often work in concert, creating a perfect storm of spiritual destruction. The psychopath provides the ruthless execution, the narcissist creates the distracting spectacle, and the Machiavellian designs the entire operation from the shadows. Together they form what ancient traditions would call a demonic triad, not supernatural entities but human beings who have so completely rejected their own humanity that they become vehicles for pure destruction.
But here is what few understand about these predators. Their behavior stems from profound, unhealed spiritual wounds. The psychopath's emptiness often began in childhood as a defense against unbearable trauma. They didn't choose to feel nothing. They learned that feeling anything was too dangerous. The narcissist's grandiosity typically masks a core shame, so devastating that they had to create an entire false self to survive. The Machiavellian's need for control usually started in an environment where vulnerability meant annihilation. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it explains why they're so threatened by the Heyoka's light. Your authenticity reminds them of the selves they had to murder to survive. Your wholeness reflects their brokenness. Your capacity for genuine connection highlights their profound isolation.
They are not born this way. They are made through suffering. But here is the great tragedy. Instead of healing their wounds, they weaponize them. Instead of facing their pain, they project it onto others. The psychopath makes you feel their numbness. The narcissist makes you carry their shame. The Machiavellian makes you live their paranoia. They are spiritual vampires who feed on light because they have none of their own.
Recognize this pattern when you encounter them. They will always accuse you of what they themselves are guilty of. The predator who claims to be your victim. The liar who calls you dishonest. The manipulator who says you're controlling. This is more than just psychological projection. It's a spiritual law. What they cannot face in themselves, they must see in you. What they cannot heal within, they must destroy without. This is why the Dark Triad's greatest fear is the Heyoka Empath. We don't just see through their masks. We reflect back the truth they've been running from their entire lives. We become living mirrors showing them the wounded children hiding behind their monstrous personas. And for someone who has built their identity on avoiding that exact truth, there is no greater threat.
Do not mistake their evil for strength. It is a fortress built around a bottomless pit of shame. The psychopath's void was carved by an absence of love. The narcissist's grandiosity is a scream into the void of their own worthlessness. The Machiavellian's control is a desperate grip on a world that taught them only the cruel survive. They are not monsters. They are broken children in adult bodies, and they attack your light because it reminds them of the innocence they were forced to murder within themselves.
There is a cosmic reason these predators are magnetically drawn to the Heyoka's light. It is a fundamental law of spiritual physics. Emptiness is always drawn to fullness. Darkness cannot stand the presence of pure light. The Dark Triad, in their profound soul sickness, recognizes the Heyoka's vibrant life force as both the greatest threat to their existence and the ultimate prize they must corrupt or destroy. They are not just attracted to your energy, they are enraged by it. Your very existence is a living accusation, a walking, breathing testament to a wholeness they can never possess. They must either consume your light or extinguish it. This is why they target you with such vicious intensity. Your authenticity threatens to expose the emptiness at their core.
The hollow ones hate the echo of their own emptiness. They are drawn to the radiant soul like moths to flame, for in your presence, their darkness becomes unbearable. They do not want your light. They want to prove that light cannot exist because they dwell in eternal night. To destroy you is to validate their own damned existence.
This is not theoretical. This is my lived reality, a 5-year spiritual war that has revealed the true depth of Dark Triad evil. This is a battle being waged not just in the physical world, but across dimensions. A war for my soul, for my sanity, for my very connection to the divine. I have a stalker, a man possessed by such profound darkness that he has dedicated half a decade to my systematic annihilation. His campaign of terror is a masterpiece of spiritual warfare, a symphony of malice orchestrated across multiple levels of reality. This is not mere harassment. This is a calculated assault on my entire being, designed to erase me from existence, both physically and spiritually. He has weaponized the digital realm, creating elaborate fake profiles to accuse me of being a pedophile, the most socially destructive accusation possible in our society. But here is the divine truth that burns through his lies. He created the fake profile posing as a woman. He initiated the conversations. He solicited the photos. He crafted the entire trap with the precision of a soulless architect. He possesses the evidence because he is the criminal. He is the arsonist who sets the spiritual fire, then stands in the crowd pointing fingers, playing the concerned citizen while the flames of his creation consume everything around him.
They create evidence of sins they themselves commit. The cosmos knows where the poison truly originated.
But it goes deeper, much deeper than digital deception. This is a coordinated, multi-generational spiritual attack that defies conventional understanding. He has implemented his father, a man who should know wisdom and protection, to become a foot soldier in this war against my soul. They stalk me at my gym, a place that should be my sanctuary for physical and spiritual strengthening. They conduct synchronized spiritual assaults that would seem like coincidence to the uninitiated, strategically slamming weights like thunderbolts to shatter my peace when I'm most vulnerable in meditation, sniffing around my aura like jackals trying to drain my life force, sending complete strangers, their unwitting psychic pawns, to glare and intimidate me during my most sacred workouts. And now, they have recruited others. They have built an army of flying monkeys who follow me, who join the stalking, who believe the sickest things about me. These followers are not just misled. Some of them are antisocial themselves, taking pure joy and glee in being evil. They talk loudly in public spaces, spewing fabricated stories about all the horrible things I'm supposed to have done. They feed on the drama, they get high on the cruelty, they find their purpose in this shared mission of destruction. The ringleaders whisper the lies. and the flying monkeys scream them, creating an echo chamber of hatred that follows me everywhere.
The father who stalks you shows the son's spiritual impotence. They gather like cowards because they lack the courage to stand alone in their darkness. And the followers who join them reveal their own emptiness. They would rather be part of a cruel tribe than stand alone in truth.
These are not random events. These are calculated psychic attacks, designed with demonic precision to break my spirit, to make me doubt my sanity, to isolate me from all light and love. They've turned my local community into a spiritual battlefield, poisoning neighbors and shop owners against me with their vile lies. Everywhere I go, I feel their energy, like psychic vultures circling, their dark wings casting shadows across my consciousness, waiting for the moment I break beneath the weight of their relentless assault. This 5-year siege has become my initiation into the deepest mysteries of spiritual warfare. I have learned to feel their energy approaching like a change in atmospheric pressure. I have developed spiritual senses that can detect their manipulations across time and space. They have unknowingly become my teachers, forcing me to develop psychic armor and spiritual discernment beyond anything I ever imagined possible. Their greatest failure, in their attempt to destroy me, they have forged me into a spiritual warrior of unparalleled strength. Every lie has sharpened my truth. Every attack has strengthened my boundaries. Every moment of isolation has deepened my connection to the divine. They sought to break me, but instead they have initiated me into the highest levels of spiritual mastery.
In their attempt to extinguish your light, they have only made it burn brighter. The darkness always overplays its hand. They send their jackals to howl at your gates. They think this makes them powerful. They do not understand. You are the fortress, and they are merely highlighting your walls. Every slam of a weight is their confession of weakness. Every glare is their admission of your power. The father who stalks you reveals the son's cowardice. He cannot face the mirror alone. Their coordinated attacks only prove how terrified they are of your solitary light.
This is the Dark Triad's ultimate playbook. They don't just attack your reputation, they attack your peace, your energy, your very connection to Source. They use flying monkeys, family members, even complete strangers to create a web of spiritual oppression. They want you to feel crazy, isolated, and utterly powerless. But here is where their dark plan fails spectacularly. When they target a Heyoka, they have unknowingly declared war on the divine itself. Pause. Right here, right now, I need you to make a choice. This isn't about algorithms or notification bells. This is about taking a sacred vow. In this moment, you are being initiated. Will you continue to be a victim of their narrative? Or will you join the ranks of those who refuse to be silenced? Your attention is your power. By choosing to continue watching, you are declaring to the universe that you see the truth. You are enlisting in the army of awakened souls. This is your line in the sand. Cross it with me. The Heyoka's power is cosmic reflection. We don't fight darkness with darkness. We become the brilliant light that reveals what darkness tries to hide. When they slam weights, we maintain celestial peace. When they send psychic attacks, we fortify our spiritual boundaries. When they tell lies, we become living embodiments of truth. I have kept sacred records. I have documented their madness. I have the fake profiles he created. I have the messages he sent while posing as others. The truth is my shield, and it is forged in the fires of heaven itself. Every time they attack, they leave more evidence of their own sickness. Every coordinated effort exposes more of their web. They're not hiding their tracks. They're creating a map of their own corruption.
The madman thinks he is attacking you, but he is only revealing the depth of his own damnation. Every fake profile is his confession. Every coordinated attack is his admission of your divine power. He has to send his father because he lacks the spiritual courage to face the mirror alone. This is not evidence of your weakness. It is proof of his cosmic cowardice. They document their own evil while believing they're documenting yours.
Witness now the great unraveling, the magnificent collapse of their dark empire. The Dark Triad member, accustomed to controlling every narrative, now finds his own stories reflecting back at him with divine clarity. His father stalking me at the gym. That's his spiritual poverty revealed. The synchronized attacks, that's his terror made manifest. The desperate, vile lies, that's his corruption being exposed to the heavenly light. The Heyoka doesn't need to attack. We simply need to stand in our divine truth while sacredly documenting their descent into madness. We become the living records of their spiritual bankruptcy. While they're busy creating fake evidence, we're gathering real evidence of their sickness. While they're trying to paint us as monsters, our consistent light reveals who the real monster is. Your divine survival kit in this cosmic war. First, fortify your spiritual armor. They slam weights to shatter your peace. Your inner stillness becomes an impenetrable fortress. They sniff around your aura. Your spiritual boundaries become celestial force fields. They send psychic attacks. Your connection to Source becomes your ultimate protection. Learn energy shielding techniques. Practice grounding exercises. Your energy is your territory. Defend it. Second, document with divine precision. Every strange encounter, every coincidence, every spiritual violation, record it with sacred intention. Build your case with cosmic care. The truth is not just your weapon, it is your divine mandate. Screenshot everything, record strange interactions, keep a detailed journal, create a timeline of their madness. Truth is your sword, but documentation is your shield. Third, build your celestial army. Find your soul tribe, those who understand energetic warfare and spiritual truth. We are everywhere, and we are awakening by the thousands. Our collective light is becoming an unstoppable force. Join online communities of truth seekers. Find mentors who've walked this path. You don't have to fight alone. We are Legion. They targeted you because on some deep soul level, they recognized your divine assignment. Your light threatened their darkness. Your authenticity exposed their falseness. Your spiritual power challenged their pathetic manipulations. But now you understand the sacred truth. This isn't your curse, it's your cosmic initiation. The stalkers, the flying monkeys, the psychic attacks. These are just the death throes of a dying paradigm. They're desperate because they feel your power growing, your light intensifying, your truth becoming unshakable. Remember the eternal law. Vampires cannot survive in pure light. And you, sacred Heyoka, are the dawn itself. The veil has been lifted. Now I call you to action. First, become someone's lifeline. Share this with one person trapped in the darkness who needs to hear these words today. Second, if this truth has resonated with your soul, join our sacred circle of warriors. Your presence makes our light brighter. And for those ready to claim their power, the path forward awaits. The links in the description are your next step. Guides to energetic shielding, community support, and deep healing. This is how we turn our pain into purpose, our trauma into triumph. Every share breaks a chain. Every awakened soul weakens their matrix. Every step you take toward truth builds our fortress of light. The darkness cannot stand against our organized, awakened souls. Join the movement. Claim your power. Become the light the world needs. Stand firm in your divine truth. Guard your sacred energy with celestial vigilance. Document their descent into madness with spiritual precision. Your light is not just your protection. It is the divine weapon that will ultimately expose and dismantle their entire operation. The world is sleeping, but we are the awakened ones. We are the mirrors. We are the thunder. We are the divine reckoning. Stay strong, stay aware, stay protected, and above all, may your light burn so bright that the darkness forgets it ever existed. The awakening has begun. Welcome to the war. Welcome to your power. Stay lit.